And thank you for attending Police Headquarters. My name is Constable Carolyn DeClute, and I am here today to introduce Inspector Domenic Sinopoli of Sex Crimes. He will be providing you with an update on the investigation into allegations of assault and sexual assault at St. Mike's College School. Inspector?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We are here today to give you an update regarding the investigation surrounding St. Mike's College. We appreciate that this investigation and the associated press coverage has been trying on the students, parents, and faculty of St. Mike's College. We would like to thank all the students, parents, and faculty who participated in the investigation. We would like to thank Karen Kennedy and the partner agencies at Boost CYAC, including the SCAN program at Sick Children's Hospital, for their assistance in providing treatment, advocacy, and emotional support to the victims. And there are three aspects to this investigation that I will discuss with you here today. To begin with, I will talk about the occurrences. From start to finish, we have investigated 8 different occurrences. Some of these occurrences were obviously criminal, while others required further investigation. Of the 8 occurrences, we are proceeding on criminal charges in relation to 3 of them. You already know about the one where on Monday, November 19th of this year, 6 young persons from the school were arrested and charged with assault, sexual assault with a weapon, and gang sexual assault. On today's date, 5 young persons turned themselves into police and have been charged with assault, sexual assault with a weapon, and gang sexual assault. This is in relation to an incident that occurred on October 17th of this year. 4 of these young persons that were arrested today were also implicated in the original arrest of November 19th. 2 of these 5 young persons from today's arrests are also charged with assault and assault with a weapon in relation to an incident that occurred on September 18th of this year. Both of these young persons were also implicated in the original arrest of November 19th. The young persons will be appearing today in court at 311 Jarvis. The remaining 5 occurrences are being concluded either because there was no criminal allegation or the complainants did not want to participate in the investigation. The breakdown of the occurrences and their results have been released in today's press release. I can tell you that investigators identified approximately 80 witnesses and conducted approximately 60 interviews. There are no interviews outstanding. With regards to the filming and/or the publishing of the video, I can tell you that we are still actively investigating the fact that the original sexual assault was both videotaped and subsequently distributed. I can further advise you that despite the various warnings, we have credible evidence to suggest that people are still in possession of this video and/or have made attempts to upload it on social media. As I have stated, the video and its distribution is a constant reminder to victims of the trauma they have endured. In many ways, this could be far more detrimental than the assault itself. We will be relentless in this regard. Altering or cropping the video does not change the digital identifiers of the video. You will be caught and you will be charged. With respect to the duty to report, as we had initially stated, part of our investigation will look at the reporting of the incident. I can advise you that after a thorough investigation, we do not believe we have grounds to lay any charges against the principal, Mr. Greg Reeves, in relation to his duty to report under the Child, Youth and Family Services Act. The same would apply to the faculty and/or any of the coaching staff. We have consulted with the Assistant Crown Attorneys at the Ministry of the Attorney General, who have confirmed that no charges are warranted. In closing, we do not have any evidence or complaints to suggest that this type of behavior extended outside of this school year or involved anyone outside of this small group of students. Additionally, our research into these incidents and our past dealings with the college did not suggest any trend that would lead someone to believe that this is an ongoing or systemic problem. Since the reporting of these incidents and the unprecedented media attention, we have not received any reports of historical physical or sexual abuse. I want to thank Detective Sergeant Greg Payne and his team at Boost CYAC for their hard work. These officers worked countless hours to bring some closure to the victims of these incidents and to the parents, students, and faculty of St. Michael's College who have been affected by the actions of a few students. I think that this particular case has brought much needed attention to this type of behavior. Physical and sexual abuse cannot be tolerated anywhere, let alone in schools where children should feel safe. Parents, students, and teachers are all talking about this and of what is expected of them, and that is a good thing. I want to close with a sense of optimism. This matter only came to our attention because of a young boy who had seen the video on social media and alerted his principal. This all started with him, and I want to end with him by saying, young man, you should be very proud of yourself. I'll take questions.
How many victims, you say that there's 2 sexual assaults before the courts right now. Are they 2 different victims?
Yes.
2 different victims. And there's one new student who's been arrested in, I guess, incident number 8.
Correct.
Correct. So there's a 7th student arrested. Was that student expelled, or was this student still attending school since, I guess, we learned of all this back in November?
I don't know whether that student has been expelled, but I suspect that if he wasn't, he will be shortly.
No, I'm just wondering if he was amongst the group of 8 students, 7 or 8 students that was expelled initially by the principal when this all kind of broke, or if he had been like attending classes the whole time.
I don't know. I don't have that answer for you.
Was the second sexual assault also videotaped?
Sorry. Which section sexual assault are you talking about?
Sexual assault that's resulted in charges.
So number 8.
You're talking about incident number 8?
Yeah.
We have information that it may have been videotaped, but we don't necessarily have that video right now.
Is the nature of that video similar to incident 1?
Yes,
Is it, and it's a different victim, correct?
correct.
Do you know, do we have an age of the victim?
I don't.
Did number 8 also happen in the locker room?
I believe so, yes.
Did it also involve broomstick?
I'm not going to comment on what the object is.
So now that there's 2 incidents, 2 separate incidents involving 4 of the 5 same students, are you concerned, or do you believe that there could be other incidents that you have to look into, or
That may come to light.
that may happen?
Well, I can tell you that we have investigated 8. I mean, I can't predict what may come in the future. As it stands right now, we don't have any information to suggest that there's any other incidents outside of what we currently have, and none have been reported to us.
When was police notified of this second incident, and did the school or the principal know of that second incident before you guys did?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. All the incidents involve members of the football team. Correct.
Can you comment on the length of time between the 2 incidents of when they're alleged to have occurred? Did they happen the same day? Did they happen a week apart, a month apart?
The original incident from November 19th's arrest occurred on November 7th. The incidents that the boys are charged with today, the assault with a weapon occurred on September 18th, and the sexual assault that the boys were charged with today occurred on October 17th, all of this year.
5 of these incidents have been closed. You mentioned that some of them are because the victims did not want to go forward with it. Can you talk about the willingness of some of these kids to speak up, to come forward, especially after what they saw around the school? The reaction of the parents was very public in terms of not believing what was going on. Can you speak about that?
I'm not really sure I understand your question, but
Are these kids not willing to go forward because, do you think because of the reaction to this case? Because it was very public, because there was a lot of people saying, you know,
I couldn't answer that for you. I have no idea why they did or did not want to proceed. It is their right to decline to be interviewed, so we have to respect their right.
Of the 6 boys that were making a court appearance today, 4 of them were held back. Is it safe to say, were they facing these charges? Is that why they didn't make a court appearance?
Yes, 4 of the 5 today are in relation to the original 6, and the 5th today was an additional student.
Okay, Inspector, it's a tough question, but you're describing 8 incidents, 3 of which are going to go before the courts, but there's 8. All the children have been charged with before the courts, no adults.
Correct.
Not 1 incident, not 2, isolated 8. That's a lot of incidents of sexual assault in one setting. And the question to you is, are you clearing every adult, every coach, every teacher, everybody that no one knew about all 8 of these incidents, and it's all on the kids? Or is the investigation still open and there could be an adult that, you know, may have been in charge of this locker room or wherever it was?
So, just to clarify, of the 8 occurrences, not all 8 were sexually motivated or sexually related. As it stands right now, we have no information to suggest that any of the teachers, any of the coaching staffs were aware of any of these occurrences. So as it stands right now, unless something comes to us in the future, there will be no charges in relation to the adults.
A follow-up about that. So since there were no adults involved in this, in the 8 incidents, it's not all sexual assault, but all serious enough for you to investigate. Is there one particular gang leader or somebody that is sort of leading this? Or is it, and that's a tricky question too, but is it all these kids together deciding this, or is there one person that's sort of?
Let me cut you off there. I don't have that answer for you, and I don't know whether there is an
Have you
answer
ever
for
seen
that.
it before?
Have I ever seen this before? Like this type of behavior?
Well, this is a, you know, obviously, this was going on there 8 times, in some form or another, not just once or twice.
Correct, but we should not lead to the conclusion that all 8 of those incidents involved the one junior football team. We're just telling you that we received information with regards to 8 occurrences involving St. Mike's College, not necessarily all affiliated to the same group of boys.
So
But the
is there-
2 are.
Sorry, let me just finish this. Go ahead.
It's so complicated. So the 8 were not all with this particular group then? There's the ones that you charged with, the 3 with the football team, the other ones are part of other teams or other things?
I don't have any information that they're part of any other teams. I just can tell you that they are students at St. Mike's, both complaining and suspect, but we don't either have a criminal allegation. As you can appreciate, even some of the videos that we may have got at the beginning, it's hard to gauge whether they are or not criminal until we speak to the individuals. And if the individuals speak to us and clarify that it was non-criminal, then we close the investigation.
have students at any other schools come forward since this became public? Have you opened any investigations into any other behavior like this at other schools?
Not this type of behavior, no.
You said that there's evidence that a video is still being trying to be uploaded or shared on social media. Are you talking about the first incident or the 8th incident where you believe there's a video also?
No, I'm talking about the first incident.
In relation to incident number 8, you mentioned that there's another video. Are the individuals in that video the ones that are, the only individuals, are they the ones being charged? Are there other witnesses or kind of spectators that are in that video as well, or is it just the individuals who are being charged?
So just to clarify, I don't know that there actually is another video in relation to incident number 8. We have information that the incident was videotaped, but I have not seen that video, no.
Do you think it's quite remarkable that this all happened in such a short span of time this year, but there's no reason to believe that this is systemic or there's no historical events like this occurring? So what would have, I know you can't probably answer this, but what would have sparked this to all of a sudden start happening this year?
I can't answer that. I have no idea.
Have the police been contacted by any other schools or students in investigating other incidents at other schools that now that this has come to light, maybe some other individuals might feel confident to come to police now?
Again, I don't know the answer to that. I'm sure that students probably do feel more comfortable coming forward, but I don't know whether any of them have and or whether or not any of it. I can tell you that we don't have any other investigations that arise from the same set of circumstances.
How are the two victims being, I guess, taken care of? Are they still in school? What kind of services are being offered to them?
The services that are being offered to them are done through Boost CYAC. They get both physical or physical treatment, as well as emotional support, and they have an advocate assigned to them.
Are any of the accused also victims?
I'm not ready to answer that question.
You mentioned the young man that phoned in. I took that to mean someone not related to this in any way saw it and told his principal about the money he traded.
Yes.
Is there some sort of an award or something that that young person could get? Because obviously this was a crisis there, and this is the turning point that happened.
There is a community award. We will consider that, but at this point in time, we're just going to wait and see how things play out in court.
Just to go back to the earlier question.
Sorry, go ahead.
You talked about, students or people attempting to upload these videos. Given the way that they've been distributed, shared among young people, in your opinion, is there a greater need right now in high schools, elementary schools across this province for more awareness on how social media factors into sexual education and talent?
Absolutely. I think we're missing the mark on that very issue. The filming and publishing of these videos, I can't state how important it is that students understand that is not acceptable behavior and does delve into criminal territory.
How often do these girls even know or have a general sense of awareness that they had done something wrong?
I don't know how to answer that question for you. I don't know.
Just to go back to the earlier question about the incident and possibility of video, is your belief that the 4 or 5 boys that were charged here were the only ones present in the room other than the victim, or do you believe that there may have been more people who were just onlookers, witnesses, happened to be around?
I don't have an answer to that. I don't know.
Take one more question.
More turn. With these 5 cases that are dropped, you mentioned that it could be because there wasn't enough evidence that it was criminal. It could be that it's because the victims didn't want to come forward. So, I mean, what should we take from that? Like, did this actually happen? Are these crimes, some of them?
Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. Because at the end of the day, like I said to you, what we have is, like in one instance, a short 1-second video, and it's very difficult to decipher whether or not it is a criminal act or whether it was in some form or fashion consensual. You should probably not take too much away from the fact that, and I'm going to use the word that you said, dropped. We have not dropped anything. We have concluded our investigation as it relates to these 5 occurrences. But if in the future someone comes forward with new information or if the complainant comes forward and wants to proceed, we will reopen it and revisit.
In regards to this October 17th alleged assault, did the victim come forward? Was it their families? What took so long? And when it comes to this particular investigation, were you notified before the initial incident number 1, or did you find out about October 17th after this whole investigation started?
We found out about October 17th incident after the investigation commenced.
Thanks, everybody else. Stay behind if anybody needs to walk through the news, please.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. We'll get all the next business.
That concludes today's conference. Thank you for attending. The news release has already been published, so it's available on our website.